Om Shanti. Today in the Murli, Baba is talking about being soul conscious and God conscious. And I think I thought about this thing for the first time. I really tried to think about what is the difference between soul conscious and being God conscious, because mostly when I used to think about this thing, then I felt that because Baba tells us everything about the soul, so and then everything is about the soul. So when you're soul conscious, you're also God conscious. But then I tried to read the Murli many times, and also tried to read some of the earlier Murlis. And I found something very interesting. And whenever Baba is talking about soul consciousness, he's only talking about two things. That is, you are an eternal soul and you have a recording of 84 births in you. Okay, that is when he says you are soul conscious, it means that you are an eternal soul and you have a recording of 84 births in you. Now you see, anybody, even if they are not introduced to Baba, they still have these two facts, or not even 84 births, but the part is there in you. So the recording is there in you. So even if we have not met Baba, these two things hold true. That is, I am an eternal soul and I have the part recorded in me, and I have had a journey of my own. But everything apart from that, whether it is the realization that I am peaceful or pure or loveful, or I was in heaven, or I have those divine qualities, or I belong to the Father, they are all part of God consciousness. So without Baba, you can't be peaceful or loveful or happy. So individually, you can only sit and connect with your eternal state. So you are eternal anyway, and you have a recording anyway. But then, until and unless we bring Baba into the picture, I cannot experience peace or happiness or love, because the key is not with me. So only when I bring Baba into my awareness can I say I'm a peaceful soul or a loveful soul or a happy soul, because that is something that Baba has introduced me to. Because before Baba, we could never think that, or we could never be peaceful or happy or loveful. So only when we remember Baba can we draw in that peace or happiness or love. And so when we are God conscious, we remember what is my quality. I'm like my Baba. Everybody around me is my brother or sister or soul brother. And then I also remember what Baba is giving me. So Baba is the purifier, so I am pure. And Baba is the liberator, and he's taking me to back home and the new world. So we can stay in awareness of all of this when we remember Baba. Yes, so without Baba, these things cannot sit in our buddhi. So that is God consciousness. So Baba says, stay in the intoxication that you are like the Father, and that you have a right over the inheritance of the Father. So when we remember Baba, we remember the powerful qualities of Baba. And we also remember what Baba is making me and where he's taking me. So all that intoxication comes from God consciousness. So Baba says, stay in soul consciousness and God consciousness all the time. And in the golden age, Baba says, you will be soul conscious but not God conscious. So you will have the awareness that you are eternal. You will have the very concrete awareness, like even somebody, when they leave the body, they will know that I have to go forward, and this I'm leaving this costume and taking another costume. But you will not be God conscious. So you will not be aware that you are a peaceful soul or loveful soul, or that this is your inheritance, or all of that stuff. So in Satyug, you will be soul conscious but not God conscious, and from the copper age, you will forget both. So you will not even remember that you are eternal, and then you will be afraid of death. So these are the things that Baba is telling us, and Baba says something about being honest with Baba today. So Baba says, you have to be honest with me. Now Baba is talking about doing things which you know you shouldn't do. So there is when you don't know you shouldn't do something, and you do it, then what is the sign that you didn't know? You will not try to hide it. So when you try to hide something that you've done, that means you know you shouldn't do it, but you're doing it anyway. So Baba says, don't hide anything from me. And whenever you are hiding something, that is the moment you are creating a karma which will sit heavy in your conscience. Because you know that you shouldn't be doing this, but you're doing this anyway, and then you're trying to hide it to look good. But Baba says, until when will you look good? Because when you have to leave the body, all those memories will come up. So all that you have shoved inside will come up. And what they will do is, they will spoil your last stage. So, Antamate Sogati. So, whatever you are, whatever state of being you are in at the end will determine where you're born next. And Baba says, if these things keep lurking inside, and then you are trying to hide it from me, from the world, from everyone else, but then they will come up at the right time, at the end, and then they will spoil your fortune. So Baba says, that is not wise. Then everybody will see who you are anyway. So Baba says, don't do that. Don't hide anything. But the thing is, what I have learned from experience in the Lokik world also. So whenever this question of hiding comes, the question of how often and how deeply you communicate also comes up. Because if you never talk to Baba, then there is no question of hiding. So do you have a system in place where you talk to Baba every day? Where you share with Baba whatever went on in the day? So if you don't have that system in place, then there is no question of hiding, because you are just not sharing, which you never do. So first thing we have to understand is, for any relationship, there has to be a communication. Now you see, Baba is communicating with us every day through the Murli. Yes, he is. He is communicating every day through the Murli. He is writing 3 pages of Murli for me every day. And he is giving me what he wants to tell me that day through the Murli. Now, am I telling him where I am at and what's going on around me every day? So you are receiving Baba's letter, but are you writing a letter every day? Yes, so do you know that these days if you send a WhatsApp message, even if it is a forward and the other person doesn't reply, then you get all sulky about it. Now just think about Baba. Baba is writing a letter to us every day. And do you write a letter in response every day? Yes, so that has to be there. And if you write a letter to Baba, an honest letter every day, and just check, so when you are trying to communicate to Baba what happened in the day, then this is an opportunity where you also look back at the whole day. And you also try to see whether you followed Srimat or whether everything was okay, or you operated from a place of purity, or there was something else going on. So this will help you go back to see, yes, chart is a letter. So chart can be considered as a letter. So you have to look back at the whole day, and then you have to honestly write what's going on. Yes, and how do you write a letter to Baba? So you send it through the instrument. So earlier when children wrote the letter, they said to Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba. Okay, so now Brahma Baba is also with Shiv Baba. So now your instrument is me. So you write it to me. So you send it every day that this is how my day went, and write it honestly. Now, why do we need this honesty? This honesty is required first to be honest to yourself. Because when you look back at all the things honestly that went through the day, and you're not trying to hide, then you also realize, you also come to a place of realization. But otherwise, we have this self-justification and blame. So we have used these tools a lot. And if you keep using that, then you are deceiving yourself. And then Baba says, if you just hide from yourself, or you try to justify or blame your actions or somebody or something, and then you don't address the issue, then what happens is that weakness or that vice stays with you, and then it grows over time. Yes, then it grows over time. Now let me tell you a very simple thing. Let's say I ask you whether you woke up at Amrit Vela today. And then you tell me, no Didi, yes Didi, I did, but you didn't. Okay, so then what happens is, your opportunity to address your weakness is lost, because you have put a cover on it, saying that now that I have lied to Didi, it's okay. Now I don't need to address it. But if you say, no, I didn't wake up, and then I ask you why, what time did you sleep at night, and what is the issue, and then that brings you to address that issue. And if you keep hiding it, then that weakness keeps growing. So Baba says, have an honest relationship. Look back at the day honestly. Submit an honest chart. And then when you receive a direction, so if your chart is really bad all the time, we will tell you. So if the chart is bad all the time, we will tell you, we'll ask you. So why is it so? And then when you tell us, we will share from whatever experience we have, or talk to Baba and tell you what is the way you can deal with this weakness. And then we are all souls on a journey and we can help each other move ahead. So this place is not for looking good. This place is for being good. Yes, so if you just try to look good, you will never become good. So Baba says, honestly, but first thing you have to understand here is, you have to have a system in place where you talk to Baba honestly. If you don't have that system, if you don't communicate, if there is no chart, if there is no letter that you write every day, then this question of writing honestly doesn't come up. Because there is no communication, whether honest or dishonest. So for honest communication, there has to be a communication first. So this is what Baba is saying. And then I have seen that there are many children who say that, Didi, I was going through this problem for a long time, and then when I shared it with you, after that it is better. And then, things have changed, and earlier I was not able to deal with this weakness, but now I am able to overcome it. So these things happen. Why? Because A, you have been honest, you have followed Srimad, and B, Baba gives you power to overcome it. Baba gives you power. Baba is a very subtle machinery. Baba says there is a subtle machinery today. So there is a lot of subtle machinery working here in and around you. And when you give it to Baba honestly, Baba gives you the power to overcome it. And it works, and you will see it working. And I have seen children saying that, Didi, for 50 years I had this sanskar, and I've been 10 years in Gyan and tried to work through it day in and day out. But the day I told Baba, it was over the next day. Baba gives you the power to deal with it. But you have to have this practical communication. Now you see, Baba, we have always thought about Baba as someone abstract and, somebody who's not there but there. But then Baba says, no, I'm practically with you. I'm talking to you. You can talk to me. I'm writing to you. You can write to me. There has to be very concrete communication. It is not just in the mind anymore. Yes, so there is a family, there is an instrument, there is Baba. So make it very, very practical. Now this is what Baba says. And then Baba talks about 4 things today. First is remember Baba. Second is become Baba's right hand. That is, help Baba complete this task of world transformation. Third is become pure. And fourth is, do not attach yourself to the physical world and bodily beings. So Baba says, do these 3 things and have precaution about the 4th. So first is remember Baba with a lot of love, because Baba is the purifier. So, and the law says that company colors. So when you sit in the company of Baba, you will have the color of Baba, which is purity and peace and love. And if you do the opposite, that is, you remember the world which is impure, then you will become impure. Yes, it is as simple as that. And have you seen that Even when you sit in the class, purity looks so natural to you. Yes, it looks like the most natural thing to do. And then when you're in the world out there, it looks like, what am I doing? Where have I come? And what is all this going on? This looks so unreal and this looks so unworldly. So what is that? So Baba says, if you are connected with the impure, then your impure sanskars will look like the natural sanskars to you. And when you're connected with Baba, when you're in remembrance of Baba, then the purity, the peace, the love lurking inside you will come very naturally to you. You will feel that that's the most natural thing to be. So you will be in connection with your true nature when you are in remembrance of Baba. So Baba says this is the time when you have to change from impure to pure. So never remember the impure world and the impure beings of the world. Yes? So, and you try to, I'm not even talking about people who are lustful or who are, who engage in violence and anger, but, even somebody who wants to gossip. They like gossiping, and then you're with them and you don't gossip, and they make you feel like what has happened to you and why can't you gossip and what is wrong with gossiping. So Baba says that is the impure world. And if you connect your buddhi with the impure world, then what happens is impurity will look very natural to you and you will be sucked into it. So Baba says, take very good care not to attach yourself with the impure world and the beings of the impure world. So this is something that Baba says you have to be very careful about. And then Baba says that become pure. So also not just remember the purifier, but also make choices in your day-to-day life which are pure living, pure thinking, pure eating. So Baba says, embrace purity. And then Baba says, become a helper in Baba's task. Baba says, not everybody will become a helper in my task. And you are the one who can, because you know the knowledge of how to help, why to help, and what is the vibration you should have while being a helper. So you choose to become one. Yes, not everybody in the world is qualified to become Baba's helper. Can they? They are impure. And we are the ones who are adopting purity. So Baba says, your body, mind and wealth is what I need. Those who are on the path of purity, those who are on the path of spirituality, they are required to, put in their pure body, pure mind and pure wealth into Baba's task. So Baba says, not everybody can help me. Only you can, so you have to choose to help me. Do you get it? So there is a system. We don't ask for alms or donations from people who are not BKs. Yes, so even if you are not Baba's child, you are not qualified to, help in Baba's task. And even if some money of that kind comes in, we don't use it for bhog or food or, directly. We'll use it for some programs, some pamphlets, that's okay. Some hoardings, something of that kind. So Baba says that you are the children who are embracing purity and spirituality. Even if we are not absolutely pure right now, we are soul conscious. We are embracing spirituality. We are trying to be acting knowledgeful or peaceful or loveful Baba says, you are the ones who are doing that. So it is your help that Baba needs. So Baba says, help Baba, become pure, remember Baba, and do not attach yourself to the worldly beings and the impure world. So these are the things that Baba says, and Baba also talks about. So let me read out the blessing to you. So Baba says, when you face the sun, you definitely receive the rays of the sun. In the same way, the children who are constantly in front of the Father, the Sun of Knowledge, experience themselves receiving the rays of all the virtues from the Sun of Knowledge. You can see the sparkle of introversion and spiritual intoxication of the self-respect of the confluence age and the future on their faces. For this, always be aware that this is the final moment. Your body can be destroyed at any time, and so always have a loving intellect, stay in front of the Sun of Knowledge, and experience introversion and self-respect. So what is Baba saying in the blessing? Baba is saying that just like when you are in front of the sun, you experience the rays naturally. So Baba says, when you are in front of Baba, you get the rays of all virtues, whether it is knowledge, peace, purity, happiness, love. And Baba says, when you are filled in that state, when you're full, then you become introverted and you become intoxicated in your self-respect of who you are originally, who you are in Sangam Yuga, and who you will be in the future. And you know, this introverted state, antarmukhi avastha, is what Baba speaks about in the connection of a tortoise. Yes, and I was thinking about this. So when the turtle eats his share, you know, he just feeds on the grass and stuff and he's full. Then he goes inside. And when he's hungry, he puts his head out and he keeps looking for stuff. So Baba says, when you are full, you also go inside. When you're not full, you keep going outside, you know, your antenna keeps catching one or the other signal, and then your mind and intellect keep wandering. But when you're with Baba and you are in front of the Sun of Knowledge and you soak in the power of his virtues and the goodness of his virtues inside you, you feel so full on the inside that you just want to stay there. And have you seen that sometimes when you've had a good meditation, you don't want to get up? You just want to stay in that state. You don't want it to end. And sometimes people write to me that, you know, Didi, after the meditation, just leave us for 5 minutes. Don't start the class immediately. But we have a limit to time, so we can't do that. But when you have a good meditation, you don't want to use your man and buddhi for some time. You just want to stay in that introverted state. So Baba says, take yourself to the Sun of Knowledge, soak in all the goodness of his virtues, and then you just want to stay inside. You don't want your man and buddhi to wander. And then you are also filled with the self-respect of how fortunate and how powerful and how, how great you are in this Sangam Yuga, that the Almighty God Himself belongs to you. And you're also full of the intoxication that you're going to become the deity in the future. But Baba says, what is it that will make you always stay in front of the sun of knowledge when you realize that this is the end and nobody and nothing will be able to stay with me? It's only Baba. So when you realize that this is the end and there is no one and nothing which can continue to be with you, it's only you and Baba whose company, you and Baba in each other's company, and that is what will stay. Everything else is perishing and going away. So when you come to this realization, then you always want to sit with Baba, who is the constant companion. Yes, so do you realize that this is the end? So don't let, so always serve everybody around you, whether it's the element of nature or other souls around you, but you should know that they will go away. Only Baba will stay. So always attach yourself to Baba and serve others. So this is Baba's Murli today.